Hi, everybody. Welcome to Sentinel Sports Extra Cavaliers Postgame report for Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Well, Cavs fans, I think it's not even, I don't know, what can we say? Knicks ended up winning 115-104 in overtime. It's an epic collapse by the Cavs. They were up 22 with about 7 minutes left, and they absolutely got destroyed the rest of the fourth quarter. I'm not going to yell. I'm stunned. I'm stunned that they lost this game. I don't think it will happen, but it wouldn't be surprising if they went on to get swept now. But who knows? Maybe they could come back and they could still win the series. All they have to do is win on Thursday night in New York. I did not think they would win this game going into the day. Game 1, I just didn't think they would. But in the fourth quarter when they were up by 22 points, I thought, they're gonna win this game. They're gonna take a 1-0 lead in this series. But we could get to the particulars here. It was terrible. They completely and totally collapsed in every single phase of the game in the fourth quarter. They allowed the Knicks to score 32 points. They only scored 18. They shot 29% from the field in the fourth quarter, hitting only 5 shots. They were 3 of 9 from 3, which was the worst quarter of the game for 3-point range. Except for overtime where they were even worse. But they scored only 18 points. We're going to get to Donovan Mitchell in a second. But they got out rebounded 13-7 in the final quarter. I don't know, the rebounding edge. The Cavs were winning the rebounding battle prior to the fourth quarter. And then the fourth quarter came. Then in overtime, the Knicks wanted it more, obviously. You know how many rebounds the Cavs had in the overtime? 0. They had 0 rebounds in the overtime. No, I'm not talking about just no offensive or no defensive. They had 0 rebounds in the overtime. 0. None. Nada. We've seen this. We've seen the overtime horror before this year, where they've been absolutely terrible in overtime. So that's why they didn't need to get to overtime. Okay. This fourth quarter collapse is going to, it's not like a collapse that ended the series. Like maybe to be up there with the 97 World Series for the Indians, or, the 3 AFC Championship game collapses by the Browns or the Jordan shot. This isn't game one, so it's not like, it didn't end the series. But this is going to be one of it's going to go down in Cleveland sports history as one of the worst collapses of all time. And I'm stunned by it. They were playing pretty good. They had cut the turnovers down at halftime. They weren't turning the ball over in the third quarter. And so, that was how they were able to build the lead. I mean, I just can't believe they lost that game. When you score 18 points in the fourth quarter, there was 7 minutes left. And I thought, this is what I thought. They have to score 10 points the rest of the way to win this game, because the Knicks would have to score 32. So in that fourth quarter, at the 7-minute mark, the Cavaliers had 93 points. Okay? They scored 8 the rest of the way. The Knicks scored 25. And that was all she wrote. It was unbelievable to see this happen. But I want to know in the fourth quarter, Donovan Mitchell deserved all the praise the other night. There were 4 guys over 20 points, so he wasn't the only one the other night. Merrill, Mobley, Harden, they all played well. But what I don't understand is, let's get to what the Knicks did in the fourth quarter first. Okay, let's get to what they did. They shot 59%, 13 of 22. They were 5 of 7 from three-point range. Prior to the fourth quarter, they were 4 of 23 from three-point range. So they hit more threes in the fourth quarter than they had hit the entire game to that point. They stepped it up. They didn't pout and whine and moan when they were down 22. You got to give Mike Brown credit. He didn't let them give up. They didn't give up. They continued to fight, and they ended up winning the game. The Cavs defense absolutely disappeared in the fourth quarter. Absolutely. Then they go and score 4 points in overtime and give up 14. Like, are you kidding me? Like, are you even kidding me? Well, he scored 3 points in overtime. That's, 3. I don't understand how you play so well for 3.5 quarters. But we've seen this with them all year, haven't we? We've seen where they get lackadaisical, where they think, we're really something. Let's just play sloppy, and then they lose a game. Okay? There's many examples this year where they've done this, even against bad teams. So when you're playing a team like the Knicks, who are pretty good, I still don't think they're better than the Cavs. But when you play like that against them, they're going to win the game. Okay? They're going to win the game. So, I don't know. And the series isn't over. It's one game. It counts as one game. Mentally, they have to recover from this. They got a day off tomorrow. They got to recover from this, right? I just don't see, they're professional athletes. They've got to recover from this. No excuses. No excuses from Donovan Mitchell because he scored 3 points in the last 17 minutes of this game. 3 points. 3 points. Where was he? Where was he? I'll tell you where he was. He was taking terrible shots and missing easy layups again. He does that a lot. And I thought I was the only one thinking this. But the person I sat with in Detroit the other night, in the suite, in the media suite we were in, he agreed with me. He said he agrees. Mitchell takes these terrible shots. And there's swings in points, where you could be up by 6. Mitchell takes a terrible shot, and the other team scores, and you're only up by 2 then. Or 1 maybe. He does this a lot. He does this a lot. I just wonder where he was. He didn't score in overtime. He scored 3 points in the fourth quarter. It's kind of like Game 6 against the Raptors. Where was he the second half? Where was he in the fourth quarter and overtime tonight? He was not there. Okay? Let's be honest, people. Everyone wants to call him a superstar and act like build this team around him and all that stuff, which is well and good when they win, like they close out Detroit, but it gets harder, right? Superstars step up. Let me tell you something. LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Kobe Bryant, Magic Johnson. That doesn't happen to them. This game does not happen to them because they score more than 3 points in the fourth quarter. He's not near that class. Is he really good? Yeah. Is he an elevated superstar? No. No, he's not. Superstars like LeBron and Jordan, Bird, Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant, they step up in the fourth quarter. I'll say it right here. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is better than Donovan Mitchell. It's not close. It's not, because he's not going to let this happen. Although they lost last night in overtime too, but they weren't up by 22 at any point in that game. But where was he? Where was he in the fourth quarter? Look, if we're going to praise the guy when they win and act like it was only him that did it, then I think it's fair to criticize him when they lose, right? I think it's only fair. People are all over James Harden all the time. They are. They're all over him. Oh, Harden's terrible. It's his fault. Evan Mobley also, he had 15 points and 14 rebounds tonight, so he played well. Jared Allen, 7 rebounds, 10 points. But they got to get the ball to these guys for them to score. They got the ball to Allen 6 times only. They got it to Mobley 16, and he shot 6 of 16, so that wasn't great. But he was 2 for 8 from 3. But Merrill, he had 12 points tonight. He didn't play bad. Max Strus did his job. He scored 8. It would have been nice if he could have scored a little more than that. But I just I want to know where Donovan Mitchell was in that last 17 minutes of the game, because he scored 3 points. The turnovers were a problem the second half. They ended up having 19 turnovers. They only turned it over six times in the second half, I believe. No, 7. Wait, 10 altogether. I don't know. What am I getting here? I'm having some trouble here. Okay, so they had 11 turnovers in the first half. They ended up with 19. Yeah, that doesn't seem right. I see 21 here. So the first part of the second half, the third quarter, they only turned it over 3 times. But then the turnover started again. The Knicks scored 28 points off the Cavs' 21 turnovers. Cavs managed to only score 20 points off the Knicks' 19 turnovers. So that's a problem. Turnovers were a problem again. They were a problem. Who turned the ball over the most tonight? James Harden. But Donovan Mitchell turned it over 4 times too. Harden 6, Mitchell 4. Mitchell was a minus 13 tonight, okay? We're going to praise him all the time. He's a minus 13. All the Dean Wade haters out there, he was a plus 1. So was Schroeder, and Keon Ellis was a plus 6. Okay? So Sam Merrill was a minus 17 tonight. He was the worst player of all, if you go by that stuff. So I just think that, they're gonna have to wipe this slate. They're gonna have to wipe this away. Is this a terrible loss? Yeah, it is, but it's one loss, right? It's one loss. It's gonna go either way here, right? It's gonna go either way. Either they're gonna rebound and win Thursday night, or they're gonna get swept. I think that's how this is gonna go. If they rebound Thursday night, then it's a series. If they don't, then they're getting swept. So we're gonna see. Let's just hope it doesn't come down to I don't know what lead is safe now. Seriously, what lead is safe? They're up 22 with 7 minutes left, and they lost. So is any lead safe? I don't know. Chuck Daly once told me that when you come back from 20 points down, you can rarely finish it and win the game because you expend too much energy. The Knicks finished it tonight. They did it. They came back and finished it. One thing we cannot do tonight, you cannot blame the refs. You can't blame the refs. The officiating was good. You very rarely can say that when a game is in Madison Square Garden. But you cannot blame the officials tonight. You just can't. And we'll do this again on Thursday. And hopefully it'll be a better result. We'll have a post-game immediately after game 2 on Thursday, and hopefully it'll be better news. But I mean, my God, they had a 22-point lead and they lost. Right? They blew a 22-point lead in the last 7 minutes. I don't think there's not much more you can say. This show is brought to you by CT Roofing and Power Wash, the official power washer and roofer of the Lake County Sentinel. Call them today if you need a new roof or you need siding. They can help you with file an insurance claim, 440-278-0506. So that's going to be it tonight. And we will see you Thursday night. And hopefully we'll have better news. Until Thursday night, everybody have a good night. And hey, we still have to let them know